pop this one out. That one's completely gone. Alright, welcome back to CNC Equipment's YouTube channel. We got a little dozer transmission today. Got Mr. Randy helping us. Got a special hat on, whatever it takes. That's what Randy tells me all the time when I ask him to do something. So this is out of a YouTube viewer's machine. I think it's out of a 455G. Yep. They even tagged it, put the serial number on it here for us and everything. Did a nice job sending it to us. So normally I don't rebuild these things unless they're in my own machines, but they reached out to us. So we like doing these. Like I say, it's in a 455G track loader. I tried to pop a picture up here. This is going to be the same in all your G series tractors, 450s, 550s, 650s, and the 555s. But there's two different versions of these. You might have watched us a few months ago. We rebuilt one on a 450G. Actually sold to another YouTube viewer named Kyle. But this is an early model transmission, so there's a little bit of differences in them. These don't have all the ball bearings in them. They actually have bushings and stuff, so a few little things that's different in them. This one, I think when they bought the machine, had water in the transmission oil, and that's a big no-no in these things. The fibers start coming off these discs. I think they said they lost second and third gear. You guys can see here, there's way too much play in there, and there's no fibers left on those steel discs. Same thing over here going on. We got way too much play there, so we've got should have all of our parts laying out here. We got new transmission discs laying out, got them soaking in oil. We've got new steel plates, got all new snap rings, piston seals, all that good stuff. So I like to replace everything. So checking the backlash here first. This thing has like 16 thousandths of backlash, which is too much. I'm going to take note of that so we can look at that later. Alright, so since we've got 16 thousandths of backlash, that's too much. I believe we're supposed to be between 7 and 9. I have to look at the book on factory specs, but the reason I'm checking it now before we pull it apart, when I put this back together, I'm going to take note of that and change some shims around. We'll probably move this ring gear over a little bit closer so we don't have to go through this after the fact, so it may save us a little time later on down the road. So I've got that measurement wrote down, and when we go back to that step, we'll move some shims around. More than likely we're going to reuse these bearings, so they're normally not bad. So you ready to start busting stuff apart, Randy?
Sure.
We can we'll start with this ring gear first. So another thing on these, I think I showed you guys this in the last video, but you got an S over here on this side, and you got a D over here on this side. So what this S means, single reduction, is coming out of a 455 crawler loader. It's a single reduction final drive. Double reduction final drive has another gear in it, which makes it spin the opposite way. So to take up that spin the opposite way, they'll just put this ring gear on the other side over. So that's something you want to take note of too, so you don't put it back together. So, but it's all metric, Randy.
Yep.
Yeah, this whole transmission is going to be metric. We'll start buzzing her apart here and get her tore down. I'll mark these so they don't get mixed up. Here's that side. Alright, when I come around to the front end, cut the tag off. You got a big old nut we got to take off under here. It's a big one. I need that 1 inch.
Impact?
Yeah, 1 inch battery impact might get it. Alright, we got a 2 1/4 inch socket. Not that tight.
No, that's pretty easy actually.
Some shims under here, it's set preload.
Got to come first?
No, it's just idler gear.
Oh.
We're going to take these 4 bolts out. Then we got to take snap rings off these, and then we should be able to pull the case cover off. There. Down at the middle right here. Keep going. There she is. Yep. Alright, had a thrust washer and bearing fall out. It goes in there. So this top clutch pack, you guys can see it up here. This is a forward and reverse. Then we got like first and third, and second and fourth on another one, if I remember right. Pop this one out. These all gotta come out at the same time. Let's see, that pinion shaft. You should be able to pull that out, Randy.
There it goes.
Alright, so we got our first little bit of carnage here. You guys can see we got some bearing pieces laying there. This cage on this needle bearing been grinding into something here, so I have to look at that stuff carefully and see what's going on there. I do not have that bearing. Those usually don't get tore up, so I've been a lack of oil or something. So here's the other side. It's got some wear on it. Alright, there's one empty transmission case. Now we just got to rebuild some clutch packs. I do not have those little bearings, so we'll go ahead and take some more of this stuff apart, make sure everything's good. It is, and I'll try to get some bearings overnighted. Here's the differences in these early transmissions. They just have bronze bushings instead of ball bearings in these gears.
Yeah, you might want this one.
Got some discs coming apart, missing.
He's missing in the back.
Missing stuff. The steel's got a little warm. That one's completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
The steel's messed up. Nothing here, Andy.
No. Some of them don't look too pretty.
Wavy notched. So I have a special. The last one that hits a piston in here has a little what they call notched end on it. That one's damaged too. So this is a piston. It gets oil and pushes on that clutch pack to lock it together here. And you guys see this right here. This is part of the piston rubber. That's come apart. I've never seen those stick out. It almost looks like somebody's been in here before. The bolts are loose and these snap rings are all like really weak. Like they don't have much tension on them, like somebody's reused them maybe. I'm not sure. But we're going to set this thing up in the press. We got to press. This is what they call cone washers. It sets the spring tension on the piston so when the oil goes back out it pushes the piston down. So we get that set up, take that snap ring out. We can pull that piston assembly off and there's another snap ring way down in there. Then we can get to the other side. We'll have to press it off when we get to the other side of this clutch back. Alright, so we're going to compress these little cone washers here. Usually don't even have to use any press force. We can just crank it down here with the adjuster like that. I've got this is just a piece of pipe with a notch cut out of it. And we can take these pliers in there like this and pop the snap ring out. There we go.
Yep.
Back it up. Okay. A stack of cone washers. And that piston seal is destroyed. I don't know how the thing even worked. For sure. Whoa, got you, Andy. Alright, we're set up in the press here. We're going to try to push this main shaft off the clutch basket here. Pressure on it.
Looking fine.
They're all loose.
Yep.
Seems like an awful lot. There she went.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me down.
No. Keep your hand off of it. Alright, that thing was tight. I had about 22 tons of pressure on it before she popped. I've got this little collar made that sits there. It catches on this basket. It goes around that gear and catches on that basket. This flips over like that on here. So basically the same thing on this side. Got more damaged clutch disc. I like to lay everything out in order they come off. That one's completely smoked.
They're not too pretty.
No, they're all look original. That one's not good. And final notched what they call the wavy edge plate that goes against the piston. So we got to set this up in there, get that snap ring off, get those cone washers off. Again, the piston seal is coming apart here too. I'm not even sure how the thing even moved for sure. So, and on these early ones, there's these bronze brass thrust washers on here too. To replace that, we have to knock these keys out here and take that snap ring off. So if that one is not bad, which it doesn't appear to be, I'm not going to mess with it. I'll take a closer look at it here, but we'll get that set up, get those off, and then we'll start putting her back together. That destroyed piston ring. Trashed.
Both of them.
There's another inner one in there too. Alright, we'll get this all cleaned up, and we'll bring you guys back when we start going together. Alright, got a new seal in here. Got a little oil on it. We got a new outer seal on. You gotta line this up with the little dowel in here. Just like that. Now, you're gonna have to get those cardboard packets out there, Andy. This is what they call the wavy edge. I'm not gonna reuse these. I've got some wear on them. So basically, I'm just going to put the disc in there in the order they come out. Go ahead and open those up, Randy. Alright, we're going to start stacking. We got a new wavy edge disc. The other one I didn't like. I want to stack them up on this side. Over here. And the next one is a fiber. I'll throw this one away. Next one will be steel. This one's pitted and rusty, it's no good. Got new ones here. I'm just going to keep on stacking. Steel's no good. Steel's bad, it's got grooves in it. And one more fiber. Last plate's this main clutch plate. It's got some marks on it, but nothing you can feel with your fingernail. Now I gotta put these washers back on. Set that up in the press. We'll press those down and get a new snap ring.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep, go ahead. Okay. Yep. There she goes. Alright, we got that pressed on there. That's kind of the tedious side. You gotta hold those clutch packs up into the groove. Where we got that. New snap ring for the clutch basket. Here. Then we'll work on the other side. Got the snap ring down in there, and we'll pull out this old piston seal. Old and hard. Some new ones. New seal. We got the old piston seal out of here. Put the new one in. I think that's it. Now we gotta put cone washers on here. Alright, got the cone washers on, new snap ring on. This is our wavy edge clutch disc, goes against the piston. And then from there, we're just gonna start stacking disc up. And there was an old wavy edge. Next thing we got is some fibers. These things been sitting in the oil. We'll stack these on that clutch basket is what we'll do over here. Kind of reverse that order. It's because we got to line all these grooves and stuff up here, so. Move this out of the way a little bit. We'll start with this piston plate. Fiber. And he's got new steels here. Somebody calling me. Another fiber. Steel. That should be it on that one. Alright, I'm going to drop a new thrust washer on here. Goes down in there, I'll probably put a little oil on that. That's it. Big snap ring. Thrust washer, get a new one of those. Replace that one. We should have a snap ring. Be this one here. And we got another one of those same snap rings. They're right here. Okay, we just got to put the bearing back on there. We'll be good. There's a brass punch out over there. It's there. Alright, there's one completed shaft. We got two more to do. They're pretty much the same. If I set you guys up here on super speed warp, while me and Mr. Andy do the other two. I'll go ahead and set this one in the case where it goes so we don't lose track of it. Alright, I'm going to jump in here. We got the other clutch pack rebuilt and put in there. It's doing the forward and reverse, which is the top one. And somebody's definitely been in here. There's a lot of stuff that's messed up. I already noticed that there's a bushing messed up on this gear, and that's actually bushing you cannot get anymore. The first thing I noticed was this piece on here has a hole in the shaft, and there's supposed to be a little pin that goes in there and keeps this from rotating. It was not in there. I seen that, and then we started taking apart clutch packs. I could tell this had been apart before. Somebody had been in there, but somebody has rebuilt this. When they did, they reused this piston plate here, and it's got a heavy groove in it, like a 16th inch deep groove. But the clutch disc that was in there, somebody's put that in there because the fiber's still on there. So I'm not sure what somebody was trying to pull. You can see where they've been sandpapering that deal there. Almost looks like somebody's in there trying to patch it up. All these have sandpaper marks, like from a DA sander on. He's trying to polish the rust off of them not too long ago. But these fibers don't look that old. And that one's wore there. Again, this wavy disc is, whoever put this together shouldn't have put it together like this, that's for sure. So we may have to go out and see if we can find some. Oh man. So what have they done here? That thing's been spinning on there. They flipped it over. No, somebody shouldn't have had their hands in it, Randy.
Yeah.
It's been not good. There's a crack right there. Well, somebody's been in and just put that back together like that. Alright, we're going to keep disassembling here. And, are you getting tired of me, Randy?
No.
Getting all bored, aren't you?
No, I just, yeah.
We may have to go rob some parts off another transmission. I don't know.
Well, there's one or two that are really
Alright, got the other side of the forward and reverse clutch pack apart. Somebody's put a new disc in here, but they reused all these steels, and they're grooved up. Again, they've run a sander over them. That one's got hot. Nice looking disc, but that one's got hot. They reused it. They got grooves in them. Somebody was trying to patch this thing up. That plate don't look too bad. Okay. Definitely been in that clutch pack for sure. This is damaged here. What did they do? Oh my goodness, they've messed this up here too. I don't know if you guys can see that.
yeah.
It's warped right there.
I see it.
Yeah. We didn't do that. They've tried pressing it. It went crooked or something, but that is destroyed. Even looks like this is on the wrong way or something. That's not good. It's expensive stuff. For sure. That thrust washer is bad there. This has all got to come apart. You need to check the bushing on that gear anyway. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't need to be messing with. Isn't that right, Randy?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't like the way this... Oh, that's destroyed in there. Let me get a light so you guys can see. You guys can see that a little better where that's all boogered in there. Keys are kind of messed up. My oh my. Well, Randy, I've definitely been in there gomming around. Oh, thankfully I've got another transmission that may have these parts in it. We need to go ahead and get those keys out of that and bust that down a little further and see if that's damaged too. So we're going to do a little inspecting. We'll bring you guys back in. Can't even get this washer out to get this piston out of here because this ear has been over so bad. So I'm going to call the customer, and bad thing with these parts on these early transmissions, a lot of it's obsolete. But I do have a parts transmission, but they are expensive for sure. We'll pull that apart next training and see what else we got going on there. Yeah. Then we'll be back. Alright, I took it off. I didn't get on camera. Got new thrust washers. That bushing looked okay. I did talk to the customer. We're going to go ahead and use some used parts. Here's a forward and reverse clutch pack out of a parts transmission. This is an input shaft. It's actually sheared off. It's supposed to look like this here. But the early ones, I had a weak design. They made this shaft bigger on the bigger ones, but They did shear off. I think this machine here had like 15,000 hours on it. It's actually a local guy. But in doing so, they busted the transmission case too. But makes for some good parts for sure. Hopefully we've got the right parts in here. We need this gear here and this clutch basket. Those two pieces from John Deere, if we can get them, the one's $2,057, the other one's $1,213. So Randy's got some new keys. We're going to get those tapped in there, and then we're going to disassemble that, and hopefully that's got that little missing pin piece in there. So yeah, I see it in here. It was missing another one. I'll show you guys that when we take it apart. So yeah, so here's the piece. This other one was missing this little tiny pin right here. I knew it was supposed to be in there. Who knows what they did with it. I'm going to lift that gear off here, Randy. Yeah. Hopefully that gear's good, because that's one we need. What's the bearing look like in there? Oh yeah, that's a lot better than the other one. I'll show you guys this one again. I think I've already showed it to you, but it's got some big old chips out of it. Anyway, that should be good. We'll verify that's the same part number. We got to take all this apart to get to this clutch basket here. All right, boy, do we have a mess. So we got the spare disassembled over there. We got a big mess going over here. We verified the part number on the clutch basket is the same as that one. The gear looks identical. So this come out of a 15,000 hour transmission. I know the guy that bought this machine brand new in 1988 personally. The insides of this thing looks like brand new compared to this one. I don't know what they said it had 5,000 or 6,000 hours on it, but anyway, it's all on how you take care of stuff for sure. But, got good donor parts there. We're going to reassemble this thing and put it back together the way it's supposed to, including this little tiny pin that somebody left out of it. So it should be in good shape here. So I'm going to set you guys back up here and let you watch. I think I am going to use the cone washers out of that transmission. I don't like, whoever's been in here didn't know what he's doing. I don't like those. So, but yeah, we'll set you guys up here and we'll get that shaft put together. Then hopefully we can put the case back together. Tucker showed up with our new bearings. I had these in stock at the local John Deere dealer actually. So cross our fingers. Alright, we got that one all together. All went well. We got that little pin in there that wasn't in there originally. I think we're all good. So, we've got to stack that main cluster gear in here first. Down in the center, we'll have to put some grease on these bearings to keep that all retained. It's kind of a juggling act. We get that in there, then we can put that forward and reverse shaft in the top here. So. Ready to put your shaft in here in a second?
Yeah.
Well, you can start.
There it went.
Got it. Alright, next thing we're going to install new ones. These are a little cast iron seal ring. They got a little hook in there that hooks around. That goes in all these ports here. It's what it shoots oil into, and it just seals off the individual ports. So each shaft gets 4 of those. So I'm going to get all those on there, and then we'll be about ready to put on the front plate. Alright, one thing we're going to do before we put this cover on, we're going to take all these steel lines off here and put new O-rings on because they're all hard. Looks like we need a 16th inch diameter O-ring box, Randy, for those. So I'm going to take those out, place those. I've got new ones on the plate here we're going to give him, so when he reassembles it, he's got new ones. And then we'll be ready to put that on. Alright, we got 5 gazillion zillion O-rings changed out. Got all new O-rings in those lines. I took a picture. Those things are kind of funky how they go together. Got new O-rings on here for him. When he puts that together, put some red grease on there. That plate will slide up a little bit when he bolts that up. But Randy went to go get some shrink wrap. We're going to seal that up so don't get dirt in it. I've got all these rings on here. Got them all turned and clocked so the grooves ain't lined up in the same place. They're just basically like a piston ring. So but I'm going to put a little oil in those, and then we'll put the front cover on. Something else I was looking at. Somebody's been in here. They put 2 of the wrong rusty bolts into the front cover. And as you can see, those are different heights. Well, we got some brand new ones. Got to be careful. That's the problem. If you guys are doing this for the first time, don't know this stuff, it's like that little pin was missing. If he's doing it for the first time, he probably wouldn't have caught that. This thing keeps getting farther away from me. You got that side? Alright, got that nut torqued on there. Got brand new snap rings. You guys notice I use new snap rings everywhere. I don't like reusing snap rings. I had a problem a long time ago with one failing. And ever since then, I just don't recommend it. When I was taking this transmission apart, I noticed a lot of them didn't have very much tension in it. Somebody's probably reused them at some point. Randy's cleaning that plate up. That plate always has sealant on it, so I do the same. I think they do that so it retains the oil in there, but I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite 515 on that. Anaerobic sealer. Like I say, the only reason I can know why they do that is just to keep the oil in there. So this is what we're going to be using. I'll get that on there. Bolt that up, and what else, Randy? Oh, we got to do the ring and pinion.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah.
They're on here. Alright, so you guys remember when we started this, we had 16 thousandths backlash, which was too much. So we need to slide this bearing, this ring gear, that way. So to do that, we're going to take one of these shims off this side, and I'm going to take a thin one right now, and I'm going to stick it on the other side, and that should shift us over here. So make sure that was the thinnest one. There's a nice thin one. I'm going to put the what do you think? 2 paper ones, Randy? Mm-hmm. We'll start with that.
Pretty thin. Yeah.
2 dots lined up. Sounds close.
That piece go back with that cart?
Yeah, I need to take a picture of it for that guy.
Well, that's pretty close then, ain't it? Oh. That's about 8, ain't it?
Yeah, 7.
7, 8.
Right in the window, Randy.
Yeah.
Got it first try.
Perfect.
So we saved the guy a lot of money by checking it first, knowing that we had to tighten it up. So be happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and torque all those and make sure we didn't miss any parts. All right. I think that wraps us up. He wanted a couple new hoses. We made a couple hoses look like a suction hose and a transmission line inside. He's ready to put that thing back in there. I did give him a new rear housing gasket, and I'm not sure if he needs that or not, but I'll call him check. Only had a few parts left over, so we must have done something right. Isn't that right, Randy?
Yeah.
I always like ordering extra stuff, so we'll send the stuff back we're not using. I'll probably keep a lot of this for future stuff. So, but yeah, that was a wrap. It's how long we worked on this? We started about 8, I know, and it's about 3 now. So me and Randy's been thrashing out the whole time, but all went well. Good thing we had a couple parts in stock, because if not, that would have been a major catastrophe. And anybody's watching these videos, I don't really work on anybody else's stuff. It was kind of exception. I've kind of changed my rules here. Recently, we've just got too much going on, and I just don't have time to work on other people's stuff. But I was happy to do this for YouTube viewers, so it's another reason I shot a video on it. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of this stuff, because we do this stuff on my own stuff. Sometimes I get too busy and I don't film it. Kevin's over next door doing some stuff. I'll show you that here in a second. That's why he's not been helping. But we got Mr. Whatever It Takes anyway, so getting everything cleaned up. But yeah, don't call up here asking for used parts, because I'm not going to sell them, because this stuff's getting hard to get. And as you guys know, we sell a lot of dozers ourselves, so we got to keep stuff in stock for my own needs. So, but yeah, don't be calling up J&M. Now we can get aftermarket clutch disc and stuff like that, but again, you guys need to get your part numbers if you're going to call up here. You're not going to talk to me, whatever you do. If you want to send an email, you can reach me. That's the best way. But don't get mad if you call in here and you're not going to talk to me, because I'm out here doing stuff like this all the time. Those guys get tons of phone calls. They're good guys, they're salesmen, but they're not into this kind of stuff, so they can't provide any tech support. I'm not a John Deere dealer, so if you guys got questions, call your John Deere dealer. Unfortunately, a lot of them don't know about this older stuff, so. But if you got questions, the best way is to reach me via email. So, but yeah, that about wraps this project up. So definitely drop your comments below. If you do us a big favor, go down below, hit that like button. It doesn't cost you guys anything, it's free. And if you want to see more cool stuff, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. We'll catch you guys. Hey, Bub, everybody's going to ask where you've been in the video, so I had to come over and show them. You're over here making things all pretty, ain't you? That's right. So now everybody knows. Hey, there's a lot of things that go on around here other than YouTube videos. Did you know that? Sometimes people don't know that. So. I'm all done with my video, but I come over here to show them what you've been doing all day. Okay. You're doing a good job. Well, thanks. We'll see you guys next time. Give you guys a little sneak peek on an upcoming project. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out.